So in that strong turn outward, let that back of your head roll back, your shoulders, the back of your head lined up with your tailbone. We'll reach the arms out, nice softness in there, and you maybe even have a little bend in your elbows, and we'll plie. We go down, and on the up, you want to just squeeze your seat. Abs are engaged here. Keeping your breathing nice and fluid. Good, now together, let's reach the arms out in front and give it just a little pulse down. Getting maybe a little deeper as you go. Super tight this morning, or this afternoon to myself. So if you feel like you are too, just find the range of motion you can manage. Good, now hold it down, hands come to your hips, lift your right heel, then your left. Let's warm up those calves, shins, all of that, feeling that nice burn right here. Good, now both heels lift and lower, and lift and lower. Good, now dip down, reach up overhead. We're gonna take that right arm down the right leg, sweep it across the front of your body, left arm comes over. Same thing, going up and over. Good. Up and over. One more time to the left. Good, now as we come back, both arms reaching out to the side, we're gonna take that a little bit deeper plie now, down and squeeze up, and down and up. Feeling the depth in that as you go along and as everything gets nice and warmed up. 4, up, 3, and 2. Now this time when we come up, we're gonna reach the arms out in front, like you're wrapping your arms around a big tree. We're gonna take all the weight into the left leg, squeezing through the seat. Find your balance. Your right toes are pointed at an angle. We lift that thigh toward the ceiling. Up and down. Your arms wrapped around that tree kind of make you feel like you're nice and solid. You're keeping that balance. Now on this next one, lift it and see if you can pulse. 2, 3, 4. Sweep that foot back behind you, reaching your arms out. This gives you a little bit of balance here. Lift that leg, squeezing that glute. Lift and lift. 6, 7, and release. Good, and then we come back to center, hands to the hips. Left toes are pointed, the left thigh toward the ceiling. Reach your arms out, finding that counterbalance, lift and lower. Good, at the top of this one, wrap those arms around. Here we go, pulse. Sweep it back, squeeze into that glute, lift and squeeze. There's that little pulse. Let's reach those arms up, find your counterbalance here. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, relax those arms down to your sides. Give them a little shake, shake. And we're gonna make our way down to our all fours. So hands right underneath your shoulders and knees stacked beneath your hips. We're gonna take our first warm up on the floor as a full body warm up. So I'm just gonna show you quickly, this is dancing dog. So we go from downward facing dog to upward. We're gonna lift the heels back behind you. Here are your 2 options. You can come till your knees come to the floor, get a little there, or if you want it more challenging, you go up looking towards your toes, and then hips come down, knees off the floor. I'm gonna adjust that screen just a smidge here so you can see me better. There you go. This is a full body warm up. You will, we'll do dancing dog, then we'll do plank switches. So our hips will come down, we reach here, open up, back, the other leg, reach, down and back, okay? So start in your all fours, hands beneath those shoulders, as much weight in your hands as you have, or in the tips of your fingers, I mean, than in the heel of your hands. So you really want to feel that weight evenly distributed between your fingers and your wrists. All right, here we go. Send the hips to the sky, up, up, then down and down. Good. Up, up. This is going to warm your whole body up. Really get your shoulders. You want to be controlled. Lift those hips high and down. Good. Up. Now when we come down this time, find that plank. So your abs are engaged. Ready? Right foot comes forward. Right. Reach. Down and back. And left. Reach. Good. One more on that left. Now when that foot sweeps back, take your knees to the floor, reach yourself back. In Pilates, this is called shell pose. In yoga, it's child's. Getting your breath. Good. Take a nice deep breath. Come back to table. Hips to the sky. Here we go. Hips high, hips low. Yeah, we're going to repeat this one, and you'll feel that back start to warm up. You're probably sweating a little by now. Hips high, hips low. Now your hips are going to go high. Take your gaze out toward those hands. Now we come to that plank. Now let's start with the left leg. Left reaches, open, down and back. Good. Reach. Good. Last one to that right. Reach. Now listen carefully. We sweep this foot back. We go all the way up to the upward facing dog. Let's reach the right leg high and tuck it under. In, up, extend. In, up, extend. In, up, extend. Now we float that one down. Left leg up and come in. Good. Coming toward the nose, really tucking. Good, last one. Beautiful, foot goes high, floats down, both knees, push back. Beautiful, now we'll slowly take ourselves up to a seated position, sweep right around and make your way to your back. So we're gonna go to our abs for this next one. Tuck those knees in nice and close to your body. So when we're on our backs, and I ask you to go to tabletop, the shins will be parallel with the floor, and your back is engaged. It's trying to work really hard, and you can feel your abs. But as you push your thighs away, you'll feel that work. So dead bug is here, right? And your feet are flexed, your arms are straight up. So we're gonna go to tabletop position, and we're gonna work our way up to first position. So if you've been in dance before, I was just one of those kids that imagined going to dance all the time, so I never was. But first position, I do know. We go from table, we'll lift a little higher, and eventually we'll take our feet so they create a little V. Flex, 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 calves really engaged, and we'll work ourselves more challenging through it'll get more challenging as we go along. So let's start in our tabletop position, flexed feet, pushing those thighs till your back is working. Arms straight out of the shoulders. Bring those heels together, hands here, roll up, look towards your navel, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a modified hundreds. Breathing nice and fluid. 5. Now together, we'll start to straighten the legs. Find the straight that you can manage. Now let's start to squeeze the backs of the knees together and the heels even tighter. If you feel like you can, lower your legs. Makes it much more challenging. Good, now let's lift the right leg. Now release it. Let the left leg come up. 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Tuck those knees into your chest. Give your back a nice flat surface. Now we're going to move into our bent leg stretch to straight leg stretch. So we'll point the toes nice and strong, extending them out. The right hand is at your right knee, left hand down by your left ankle. We just switch. Simply switch, not just, because these are hard. We're going to do a lot. So legs going to be really nice and straight, pointed toe. Then we'll go up toward the sky. Again, super pointed toe. We'll pull it toward us, and then we'll do a pulse switch. Okay, I'm just going to shift this just a smidge. Okay. All right. Ready? Knee comes in. We lift, having that little apple between the chin and the chest. Hands to the legs. Switch. Now the higher your legs are toward the ceiling, the less intense this will be on your back and your hip flexors. So if you're feeling like you can challenge yourself, your feet are going to go right over the ground. There you go. Breathing is nice and fluid. You're almost there. We do sets of these, so we'll be going through these 3 exercises. 2, 2, 1, 1. Now the right leg comes in. Long leg, shoulder blades off the floor. Pull and switch. Halfway through these, I'm going to ask you to flex your feet. Right now you've got a nice strong point. Good, now flex. Feel the difference here. Firming up those legs. Well, back to your point and pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, switch. Almost there. And 12. Good. Take that head to the floor, knees to the chest. Maybe give yourself a little rock side to side. Look side to side with your head. The number one complaint I've ever heard from Pilates, I mean, obviously you work your core the entire time, but your neck and shoulders. That gets stronger after a while, but it is intense. So point that toe again. Lengthen out the left leg. Right hand, right knee. Left hand down by the ankle. Lift and breathe. Here we go. Switch. Nice strong point to those toes. Hold it in, extend, and pull and pull. There you go. Good, nice strong point to those toes. Good, now flex, flex. Hold in, here we go, point the toe, pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, switch, good. Almost there. I know you're hoping. Good, stay with me, 2, 1, and 1. Beautiful, let that head come to the floor, knees down to the floor. Just give a little side to side. Beautiful, let's stay down here. We're gonna let your neck get a little bit of a break. We're gonna go into our legs on the floor. So first things first, we'll take the knees in and then out to the side. So they're really close to your rib cage. And go out to the side. And what I want you to think about is as your legs go to the sky, you look like a frog swimming. So they kick, knees coming together, heels stay together, and then they come wide out to the side. So these are called froggers. We're gonna do 2 different up in the air circles for our legs. So the right leg will be first, a nice strong point. You'll just circle way into this hip socket. That's where the movement's gonna come from. Then we go to the left side. So for many of us, the other leg, the passive leg, can be out straight. If it feels like it's being strained while you're circling on the ceiling, then just bend that knee. It's a great modification. Then remember our first position, and the top of our frogger, the heels are together. Then we're gonna circle both to the right and both to the left. Now mostly your head, neck, and shoulders are gonna stay on the floor, right? So we'll leave that there. When our last one comes up, our last move comes up, we're gonna scissor. We switch our feet, swip, swip, and then open them as wide as you can. So they're pointed, doop, doop, open. Little scissors. At one point during this, and this is not mandatory, you're gonna take your head and lift, just make it a little bit more challenging if you like for those high abs. Okay, so let's start with our frogger. Again, we're gonna do these for 2 rounds. So we've got a lot here. Let those abs be engaged. Back nice and flat, and here we go. Frogger squeeze. Squeeze and down. You want to make it more challenging? Go at a deeper angle. Oh my goodness, that can be really challenging. You can say hi to Steve. All right, there it is. Hold it out. Hold it out. Now let's let that left foot go to the floor. If it feels comfortable, let it straighten and then start your circle. Your right leg's drawing a circle on the ceiling. Reverse. Breathing. I know this is like very deceptively challenging. 2 and 1. Now hold it up. The other foot comes to meet it, and down goes the right. I'm going to keep my right leg bent. I'm going to draw that circle on the ceiling. So this is what it looks for that modification. Good, reverse the circle, and then I'll let that leg go out. Good, let's hold that up there. Take those heels together, I'm gonna help my legs straighten out here. Now feel that back engaged. Breathing while you do it. Send your circle to the right first. It all originates down in those hip flexors. Really flex in those feet. Good. Now reverse your circle. There you go. Good. Point your toes. Here we go. Scissor, scissor, open. Scissor, scissor, open. One more. Beautiful. Tuck those knees in. Give them a little hug. Then let your feet go to the floor. We'll stretch for your hip flexors. A little windshield wiper them side to side. Or, open and close and open and close. And then we get right back to the next one. So, oh my gosh, this thing is such a distraction. Stop buzzing me. All right, back nice and flat. Ready for your froggers? The second set, we're gonna be lifting our heads off the floor. So let's challenge ourselves. Here we go. Heels together, squeeze, release. Now together, if you feel like you want a little more of a challenge, lift your head, support it with your hands, keeping the elbows wide. This is not mandatory. It's just a little challenge, a modification that's a little harder. Good, hands to the floor, head to the floor, down comes that left leg, bent knee or straight leg, totally up to you. Check in with your body. Good, reverse that circle. Everything starting way down in that hip joint. Bring that other leg up to join it. Down goes the right. Start your circle out to the left. Got that little apple between your chin and your chest. Spine nice and long. Good. Reverse the circle. Gonna hold that one up there. Up comes the right foot to join it. Now we've created those little Charlie Chaplin feet, right? The top of the frogger, and then start your circle to the right. You feel like you want a challenge? Lift that head. Good. Reverse your circle. Oh my goodness. All right, hold it at the top. Point those toes. Here we go. Scissor, scissor, open. Head can be on the floor. Absolutely. I'm just going to try a little challenge here. Good. One more. Beautiful. Tuck those knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. You can rock yourself side to side. Then cross your ankles. Let's roll on up to a seated position. Okay, we're going to make our way to our bellies here. So I don't know what kind of floor you're on, but if you're on a hardwood floor, some of you might want to fold your mat underneath your pubic bone. Laying straight down on the floor can sometimes have the pelvis and the pubic bone on the floor, and it can be very painful. We're gonna be all the way on our bellies. I have no problems with that because I've got a little more extra padding. So chin is gonna be on the floor and your hands are gonna be at your sides. Elbows tight to the side, so we're not out here. We're gonna pull them in really nice and close to the rib cage. We're gonna lift and lower the feet and the upper body off the floor here, and then we'll take the heels back behind us. Chin will go on the yoga pillow you've made with your hands. We'll lift here, and then we'll do hamstring curls out to the side. This is really going to get your posterior chain. Again, we're repeating these sets over a couple of times, so you'll really feel them by the time we're done. Slide those hands right underneath your shoulders. Your gaze out toward the end of your mat. Just gentle pressure into the mat. Lift your chin. Squeeze that booty. And release. And lift. And lower. Yeah. Squeeze and lifting your legs as high as they can come. Oh, I forgot our last little segue to this. We hold up, holding that belly, resting on the floor, reach your arms out, and we swim. Arms and legs moving at the same time. Legs long behind you, keep going. One, hands come under the chin, bend the knees. They go wide, heels come together. Squeeze your seat, lift your thighs off the floor and lower. Up and down. Good. Squeeze and down. Last one, hold those thighs up. Here we go. Extend out, extend in. Hamstring curls. Bring them in. Go out and in. Good. Good. One more. Beautiful. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. Shift your weight back to child's or shell pose. Get that nice little stretch. And make your way right back to it. There we go. Hands under shoulders. So it's kind of like your fingernails are in line with your shoulder caps. Legs are long behind you. Just gentle pressure in the floor as you lift. Lift. And lower. Lengthening through those legs, squeezing through that seat. Really feel the whole posterior chain from the shoulders down past the glutes, hamstrings, maybe even into your calves. Good. This next one, we hold up, reach out, let's swim. Legs stay long, toes pointed, arms reaching. Soften your elbows just a little and maybe look toward the mat if your neck is starting to strain. And in, right under that chin. Bend the knees deeply, they go wide, heels come together. Squeeze, lift those thighs up and down. Good, hold it up there. Let's go. Flex those feet out and in and out and in. Keep going. Halfway there. Four. Extend. Extend. Good. Last one coming up. Beautiful. Let those hips go back toward your heels. Give yourself a little stretch. Beautiful. And then we'll bring ourselves to a seated position. You can either sit a little bit like a mermaid here, or you can cross your ankles in front. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. We would just want our legs nice and relaxed. It's your upper body you're going to be working next. So we'll start with the palms toward the ceiling. And we're just going to rotate both arms forward. It's almost like you're trying to bring your posterior deltoid forward, like you can kind of see it. It's right in that rotator cuff. Then we will alternate one and the other. We're going to reach our arms up overhead. They come together. Then the elbows come boom till they kiss. Boom, boom. Then we'll lift here, right? Then when we come back here, we're going to scissor across the front, right, left, and then both back. And we'll repeat this one too. Try as best as you can to try to go through these 2 rotations without putting your arms down. It's going to be a challenge. All right, so we open the palms toward the ceiling. Oh, I forgot. We're going to open them and pretend you're holding 2 little golf balls. So the first move is just 2 little circles coming forward. Just little circles coming forward. And then reverse your circle. Remembering you have no weights in your hands at all. And how this ends up being so challenging gets to be kind of a mystery. 2, 1. Now palms toward the ceiling. It's both arms rotate. Two and 1. Now we go right and left. Nice. See how you can get that little bigger range of motion? 3, 2, and 1. Now we reach up toward the sky. Hands come together right in front of the chest. Energetically press the fingers and the heels of the hand together. Squeeze elbows and out. Good. Two. Now hold them together. Good. Little pulses up. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Palms out. Grab onto those golf balls. Here we go. Backwards, back. 11, 12. Now rotate. Oh, feel that lactic acid get moving around there. Ready, rotate. Three, 2, 1, reach up, Palms come down, energetically pressing those hands together. Squeeze the elbows, squeeze. Good. 4, 3, 2, hold them together. Here we go, up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach up. Oh, give those guys some love. Give them a little rub. Get that lactic acid out of the way. And then we're going to go back to the arms, but we're going to have the back side of your body again. So let's make our way to our all fours. For those of you that have been with me for these ones, they're called oil riggers. And this little set is such that we will take our elbows back to the floor. So I'm going to do my left foot forward first because you can see what happens when I keep that nice straight line from my heel all the way to my shoulders. I take the elbows to the floor and up. See how it's really, really rigid. These are called oil riggers, but they kind of remind me of that bird that dips into water too. So we take that down, and your heel of your hand is pushing you up there. You should feel that tricep like crazy. So obviously we're going to go to the right, to this left side. We'll do that side. Then once we come to the top of this move, we move into the leg again. We're going to lift the hip, or lift the heel with the hip up toward the sky. Almost like you have a pizza on that heel, you're bringing it toward the sky. Then we're going to go up, take that knee over the other ankle, up and back. We do the other thing right on this side, and we're going to go through this round twice again. Okay, so really getting into that hip girdle. Head, neck, and shoulders are nice and relaxed. If you find yourself gritting your teeth, open up and just relax. Neck is long. Push the left foot back. Here we go. Down and up. Really flexing through that foot like you're pushing the heel back behind you. Last, dip to the floor and up, bend that knee, push the hip to the heel to the sky. Four, 3, 2, 1. Go over, up, and down, and up, and over, and up, and down. Awesome. Adductors are kind of my nemesis. These burn right away. Over, up, and down, and down, and 2, and up, and over, and down, and up, and over, and up. Now tuck that knee in. Shift your hips back like playful puppy in yoga, right? Your hips kind of just go back. Your gaze stays on your hands. Bring them up. Extend that right leg behind you, almost pushing the ball and toes into the floor. Shoulders super sturdy. Abs engaged. Down we go. Elbows touch and up. Two and 1. Beautiful. Come up, bend that knee, lift the heel to the sky. Here we go. Up 2, and 1, and then it's over, up, and down, and up, and over, up, and down. Good. And down, and up, and over, and up, and down. Halfway there. Down, 2, and over, and up, and down. One more, up, and over, and up, and down. Shifting the hips back. Now you can come on up, circle out your wrists. If you need it for your modification, and tuck your elbows, or your fingers. Anatomy's hard. Tuck your fingers into your hands. But don't let your fingernails be tucked in. This will still help you strengthen your wrists if they're compromised. Otherwise, we've got those big open fingers again. We're repeating that whole thing. Both sides. Open up the fingertips all the way to the heels of the hands. We extend the left leg back, flex foot, and here we go. Elbows kiss and up. Good, last one. One and up. Beautiful. Bend that knee. Push the heel toward the sky. Up. So, 11, 12. Let's hold it up. It goes over, up, and down. And up, and over, and up, and down. Good. Starting to feel that back a little too. Halfway there. Over and down, and 3, over, up, and down, 2, tap, over, down. One more time, it's up, and over, and up, and back. Sending the hips back toward the heels, maybe even shifting side to side. Feel that little stretch. That supporting leg is getting work, right? You're like just holding it all together. Makes that leg work. Push that foot back. Nice flexed foot. Pushing that heel back behind you. Here we go. Tap, shoulder, good grief. Elbows and up. Up and 12, hold up, bend that knee, push the sole of the foot toward the sky. Here we go, up. Four, 3, 2, hold it up. It goes over, up, and down, and up, and over, and up, and down. Awesome. side. You're almost there. I'll be glad when these guys are over. And up and over and up. Tuck it in. Push yourself back to that child's pose. Give it a little bit of love. Now we're doing our final one, facing down. Take the hands right underneath the shoulders, knees stacked beneath the hips. Last little tabletop here. So see how I just dump to my belly? When we come up, that's where we want to be. Kind of neutral position. And as I take my gaze forward, you can see my back of my head lined up with my shoulders. So I'm not sinking down looking at my thighs. What you want to think about is your gaze being just about toward the end of your mat or just beyond your fingertips. So that keeps that all engaged. You will draw your navel working against gravity up toward the ceiling. I'm going to extend the left foot back and the right arm out. We will lift, pull in, out, in, out. If that elbow can touch the knee, fabulous. If it doesn't, please do not give yourself a hard time. Then we're going to keep the next move. We're going to keep the hands in this position. Shift the left leg out to the side. Come up to the top. We reach up and over, both ways. Really feeling those obliques. Then we plant those hands again. Sweep that foot back. Find a side plank. And then we start all the way over on the other side. This again will be repeated, okay? So hands right underneath the shoulders, knees stacked beneath the hips. Back goes the left leg, right arm reaches, thumb toward the sky. Here we go, tuck the knee in and out. Out, tap, out, one more, tuck, release, bring that hand down, leg goes out to the side, pushing that pinky toe in, good, nice and tall now, hips right underneath that shoulder, reach with the right arm over to the left arm comes over, good, up and over. Now as we come back to center, hands come straight out of the shoulders, tip it forward, control it, extend the left leg back. You can go to modified side plank here or extend that right leg to side plank. Good, hold. Shift that hand down, walk the feet back, find your tabletop position. Back goes the right leg, out goes the left arm, thumb toward the sky. Use that whole body, lift that heel. Now tuck, here we go. In, extend, and in, extend. Beautiful. Two more. Come on, we've got this. Tuck and out. One more. Tuck and out. Now extending that right leg out to the side. Walk back. Reaching over with that right arm to the left. And back up. Left arm to the right. Again, reaching over. Good. As you come up, hands straight over those shoulders. Control it. Sweep that foot back. I got my back to you now. Here we go. Side plank. 4, 3, 2, rotate back, and find your table. Good, right into the set. I know it feels like it's intense. You're doing great. Push that left leg back. Right arm forward, thumb toward the sky. Come on, let's do it. Tuck, reach. Good. Tuck and lengthen. Good, you're doing beautifully. Reach. Ooh, I almost lost my balance. Hang on. Ooh. 3, extend. 2, extend. And 1, extend. Hand comes to the floor. Out goes that left foot. Up we come, nice and tall. Whoops. Extend over. Left arm to the right. Out we go. Good again. Up and over. And when you come up, hands directly out of the shoulders. Flat back. Sweep the foot back. Right arm extends to the floor. Left arm extends to the sky. Relax that face. Maybe look down at the hand. I know it's trembling. You're almost there. Good. Rotate back. Beautiful. Extend that right leg. Left arm reaches. And pull. In and out. Extend. Three, reach, 2, reach, 1, reach. Good, hand comes to the floor, extending out that right leg. Up we come, tipping over, left arm, and then over goes the right. Over goes the left. Last little stretch. Good, as it comes up, hands right out of the shoulders, draw that right leg back, extend left, and reach. Squeezing through your seat, keeping your breath nice and fluid. Good, rotate back. Send yourself down to your knees and back, hips to heels. Whew. All right, let's make our way down to our backs. So if this felt a little bit different than that, well, and if you haven't been to Pilates for a while, if this felt a little backside and shoulder heavy, it kind of was. You know, Pilates can be just hip girdle to shoulder girdle, roasting your abs the whole doggone time, or it can work your whole body. We got some really nice strength training stuff in there, and then we're gonna get some really nice deep stretching. The repetitive stretching at the beginning probably made your hamstrings feel great for the rest of this workout today, but let's get ourselves nice and stretched out here. So we'll start by just tucking the knees into the body and giving your back a little massage. Good. And then cross those ankles, rock yourself on up to a seated position. You're gonna cross your feet, reach out toward your toes, get that back nice and straight. It's like you're leading with your chin, and then open those elbows and let yourself fold forward. Ooh, baby. There's that back getting a nice little stretch. Back into the glutes, all the way into the low back. Good, and then slowly take yourself up. We're gonna cross our legs. So right ankle, left thigh, flex and point that toe. Plantar flexion, dorsiflexion. I love a good long word. And you know, one time I got to actually say dorsiflexion as an answer to Jeopardy, so it just made me really happy. My husband wasn't as impressed as I was. All right, let's take that knee right over the top, and then we're gonna shift those hips. Oh, baby. Yeah, feel that stretch in your IT band. You can even feel this in your bicep over on that left side. And we come back to center. Uncross those legs. Let's take the left ankle onto the right thigh. And you can sort of play around with this one too, right? Bending the elbows and then straighten the arms. You can feel the difference. And then let's really hug that leg and go over to the other side. Great, now when we come back to center, we're gonna shift the feet back behind us. I'm gonna just adjust this mostly as a tarp because I am such a sweaty Betty. All right, we got the hands right underneath the shoulders. We're gonna shift the hands over to the left, walk that right foot forward. And then if you can lift that knee just a little and straighten that leg and back, your left leg and back, we'll walk up here. Oof. Nice little hip stretch, hip flexor. See if you can reach back behind you, interlacing your fingers, pushing the chest forward. And let's release those hands to the instep of that foot. Sweep it back, and let's go to the other side. Again, lengthening that right leg behind you. Hands to the instep. Oh, baby. I've got a little tiny, teeny tiny four-legged stalker. Let's reach those arms back behind us, lengthen them. Pulling the shoulder blades toward each other. Now maybe you can take your gaze toward the sky. Nice, release. Take those hands right out in front. Curl the toes under in your right foot. Sweep that one back. Walk your feet a little closer. Hands a little closer to your feet. And then slowly, bone by bone by bone by bone. Oh my goodness, give them a little jiggle side to side. Make those hips come out a little bit too. Oh my goodness. I hope that you worked as hard as I did. I know I'm panting like a crazy person, but this felt really challenging today. Have a great rest of your day. This one I absolutely did tape for my YouTube channel. And if you haven't found my YouTube channel, find it. There are tiny little workouts on there, and there are big fat, like hour-long workouts on there. So anything that you miss during the week and you want to catch up with, please subscribe, and then you can keep getting these whenever you want to. All right. Give me a high five. Yay. Have a great rest of your day. I'm so glad you are here.
Thanks, everybody. See ya.
You bet. Have a great rest of your day. Half of your PT done for the day. That's what I like to hear. Have a great rest of your night. I smell food cooking. Oh my goodness. Like to be shiny right at the end. So you know you actually did the work. Have a great rest of your day. And please leave me comments. Please subscribe, and let's talk. What do you want to do next? Talk to you soon.